Only one day left, and here we go. Mexico annexes the United States, which is not particularly important because they were already our puppets, but more importantly, we got cores on all of this stuff here, including California and Texas, which is quite a bit. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a special one. It was requested by a tier 3 member of the channel, and I will be completely honest with you, I don't think I would have ever played Mexico otherwise, but I'm sure glad I did. Now, Mexico starts in a very bad spot. No research slots available, a very weak economy, and incredibly low stability and war support. Now, starting from this, I will show you how to easily conquer most of America and then successfully invade and defeat the United Kingdom. Of course, to end this run, we will also reclaim what is rightfully ours in the United States so that we can build a wall and make them pay for it. If that sounds interesting, then this is the right video for you. If you have any doubts, feel free to ask in the comments and to join our Discord to meet our amazing community. And of course, if you have been enjoying the content I make, please do not forget to support the channel by liking the video, subscribing, and leaving a comment. It really helps more than you may think. And well, that's all for the introduction, so let's get started. As usual guys, you can find all researches and focuses in the description of the video, so they will not be covered in the video itself, and you can get access to the dedicated spreadsheet by purchasing a tier 2 membership to the channel. Alright, so first of all, we are going to build infrastructures and military factories in Jalisco. We are going to set our military and naval production in this way, but we're also going to add the MIOs in here. I'm going to rename the divisions, so it is easier to follow my spreadsheet in this way. Now we're going to change the occupation law to local police force and the garrison to cavalry. We're going to change all of the defensive divisions to regular infantry. And we're going to create two armies, one with the cavalry and one with only infantry. I do want the highly trained infantry to be in this one, however. So something like this. Well, doesn't matter that much, I guess. Going to use the only marshal available. We're going to use Luis Farrell for this army, and for the army of 10, Heliodoro. Be our amazing general. We can start training them. We can also set the demotorization priority and aggressively execute battle plans from the beginning. I usually give them an area defense so they don't die of attrition. Now we also want to train our navy, so assign an admiral and shift click to train them all the way up to regular. Let's do the same thing with our very few planes. Let me make sure I didn't forget anything. That seems pretty good. Okay, and our initial setup is already done. We can start at speed 5. We won't have much to do in the early game, so we can chill. Now, when you get this message, pick Burn in Hell Traitor. This message may happen at different points of the run, but whenever you get it, pick... Well, let me do that again, sorry. So this message can appear at several... Oh my god. So you may get this message later in the run. In any case, whenever you get it, pick Burn in Hell Traitor. Slightly better if you get it a bit later, because it decreases our stability. So it will affect slightly our political power gain. Nothing major. At 100 political power, we're going to pick the improved worker conditions. We really need to boost our stability a little bit. We will be struggling a lot in the early game. Like this. These guys are more trained than usual. Well, I will not complain, but I'm a bit surprised. Now, as soon as you complete this focus, you can send volunteers to Spain, and that's gonna help a bit with our army experience. Not a big difference, but better than nothing. So let's go on and do that. Where does this division come from? It's not the usual division, the Infanteria. Well, I do have the right amount of divisions, so yeah, I'm a bit surprised. Very weird. Or I never noticed in any of my test runs, which doesn't make me look very good. By the way, to send the volunteers, actually, what we're going to do is, instead of splitting off those two, we're going to split off the other ones. Like this. So, in terms of volunteers, we are going to help fascist Spain, and we are going to send Heliodoro. Well, you don't have air volunteers, but the habit of clicking there. Infantry equipment MIO. At 150 political power, we are going to pick the social reformer. Now, he gives democracy support, and that's bad. We want to be fascist, of course. But that 15% extra stability really helps us right now. As you can see, it gets us very close to 50%, which will make us a little safer in the rest of the run. Also, we will have some bad events soon, so we will lose some of that stability, unfortunately. But we do gain some more when we arrest General Cedillo. Now, another thing, I will mention this very quickly. It would be better to support him. This path is actually better, in my opinion, But we are in a hurry. We want to conquer South America as fast as possible, and if we don't pick either one of these two focuses, there will be a civil war. We don't want a civil war, and this focus is much faster to reach. Okay, when you get this event, pick superstitious propaganda. And then we're going to pick prosecute clergymen as soon as possible, again to boost a bit our stability. Now, around this point of the run, you should have enough army experience to pick political loyalty. This will help us with boosting stability through the ruling party popularity, especially when we turn fascist in a little bit. Now, there is a bad event that you usually get around this point, of the run, but it might be later as well. And the choice is between losing 5% stability or 150 political power. Lose the stability if you get the event. Our usual artillery MIO. And now we are officially fascist. Smooth, as usual. You know, some countries just have the tendency to be fascist. They can easily become fascist without any civil war or other issues. I feel like Mexico is one of them. Just kidding. Now, shortly after becoming fascist, well, a bunch of stuff is happening, but especially we get 150 political power. We now have enough war support to get rid of this terrible civilian economy and switch to partial mobilization. When you... Let me get rid of it. When you complete this focus, people will ask to join your faction. You don't want these people, so refuse all of them. And then actually we are also going to dismantle this alliance, Hispanic alliance, right away. We don't want to be in a faction, because later on we want to join the Axis. We still need the focus, however, to get down this path and get our claims on South America. Now we're also going to start preparing our armies for the upcoming expansion. So we want this army to push in Guatemala. And we want these guys to be ready here. We will plan a naval invasion of Honduras and Guatemala after we research the transport ship. So make sure to assign your planes. They won't do much, but you know, they don't have any planes. So we will still get full air superiority if we assign them, which is huge. Now these are not difficult expansion wars, but they can be annoying and you don't want to lose any time in here. You want to be fast. Now we did get the navy, we did get the transport boat, so we can now plan these naval invasion groups of 2. Along the entire coast, and then I usually send another 2 in here, and that's it. At 100 political power, we are going to pick the army defense expert. Let me make sure it's right. Yes. So we can build up some army experience. And as we complete this focus, it is time for some action. And it's early action. This run is a lot of fun because we will be active in a lot of expansion wars from the very early game all the way until 1942. All the way until 1941, 1942. As we keep getting a lot of claims through focuses. Now I would recommend making a save now. Where is it? Look at how many tries and saves I made. Alright, let's go. And then we can start our invasion of Guatemala and Honduras at the same time. Now assign the navy to get the naval superiority. We don't need it there. And trigger the naval invasion, and also assign back Heliodoro in here. Will take him a while to come back, but that's okay. And Lazzaro in here. Also Lazzaro can probably get some additional traits. Let's give him some. And let's see if Guatemala puts up a fight or not. There is a bit of RNG in this. Sometimes they're a bit stronger, sometimes they're a bit weaker, but most of the time they are weak. And it looks like it's going well. Maybe slow down a little bit here. Yeah, this seems to be a smooth one. Perfect. Guatemala is down. Annex them. Annex everything in Central America because we will get cores. While everything in South America we will puppet to not spend manpower on garrisons. Now we prepare for El Salvador. So first we need to take down Honduras, which should not be a problem. See, sometimes they can be a little bit annoying. Meanwhile, we can start pushing El Salvador. Now, as soon as possible, pick the superior firepower doctrine and the tactic, suppressive barrage. This will actually help massively with these early wars. Things are going very well already. That's perfect. And Honduras is down. Now at this point we're also going to start building more military factories in 100% and 60%, and then from now on in the rest of the run I will not mention it anymore. I will just always build more military factories in the highest possible available provinces. Now that's mostly not going to be Mexico, because we are not going to build any more infrastructures, so I will mostly build in the puppets, and where depends on the run, on the RNG, so it doesn't matter, just build more military factories. Okay, this is actually the bad event that I mentioned earlier. Usually you get this much earlier in the run. It doesn't matter when you get it, in the sense that we're always going to pick the decrease in stability. And actually if you get it earlier, it's slightly worse, so we were lucky in this run. But in any case, pick that's capitalism and lose the stability. That's okay. You need to soak it up. Okay, Salvador is about to go. That's perfect. Now we can prepare one army for Nicaragua, and the other army is going to go for a naval invasion of Cuba. Now again, the naval invasion of Cuba can be tricky. There is a bit of RNG involved. It's very important that you take Havana, so you want 3 groups of 2 to cover this area, and then the other 2 groups of 2 will invade this part of Cuba. And if you can get Havana and and Guantanamo, then the war will be over. Now I will assign my planes to the naval invasion army, because naval invasions can be a little tricky, while Nicaragua shouldn't really put up much of a fight. We can already attack Nicaragua, I believe. Let's go. Now, at 100 political power, we are going to pick the infantry expert to boost our units a little bit. Anything helps in these early wars. This looks alright. And Nicaragua is down as well. Perfect. Now, we do already have claims on Panama, Costa Rica. We already have claims on Costa Rica and Panama, but we want to keep our generated war tension below 9%. Otherwise, pause. Otherwise, the UK can start guaranteeing our targets, and we don't want that. So we're going to wait a little longer before we attack Costa Rica. We're going to prepare our army, but the priority now is taking down Cuba as soon as we complete this focus. So far we were lucky in terms of resistance. That's why we're a bit early. That's perfect. Now, as time goes on, the war tension we generated decreases, so we can afford to invade more countries before entering into the danger zone, which is 10%. Also, the faster you are, of course, the lower the least amount of time you stay with low stability and war support when you're at war, and you decrease the chances of having strikes or other bad events, which unfortunately are a possibility in this run. And the dude gets sick, of course. You need to invade Cuba, but motherfucker, don't get sick. For how long? He's gonna be sick for the invasion. But not for the entire invasion, probably. Oh, that's okay. I mean, it's your country. Why do you get sick? Okay, as we complete this focus, we will get claims on the Caribbean. So Cuba, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. And we can start right away by declaring war on Cuba. Let's just make sure not to go above 10%. This is totally fine. And let's trigger our naval invasion. Let's make sure that we have the fleet in the right place, including this one, or they will not go. And planes assigned to this army. Okay, everything looks perfect. Now let's see how it goes with Cuba. Cuba can be annoying. And by the way, guys, this is why we go for a very early expansion. So when I try to go down the other path and support General Cedillo instead of arresting him, well, this part of the focus tree is the same. So we arrived at the same point, but much later in terms of months and years. But a few months later. And that means that you face a lot more resistance in here, unfortunately. Now, always use a force attack if you are in trouble during naval invasions. And now our general is sick, so he cannot do it. So we are lucky that Cuba doesn't have many divisions right now. Doesn't have any divisions right now. Now, this is not always the case. Sometimes they do have a lot more. So let's say we were unlucky with the general getting sick, but we were quite lucky with Cuba being weak. And this should be it already. Let's see, perfect. We can annex them. Interestingly enough, when we annex them, we actually decrease the war tension, which is pretty cool. So we should be able, no, not yet, but we will be able to attack the Dominican Republic soon as well. We can plan our naval invasion. Again, the Dominican Republic can be a little bit annoying, so we're going to send 2 groups of 2 to Santo Domingo, and the other ones around. In this way. Perfect. Now, ideally, we want to take the Dominican Republic before we complete this focus, but again, we don't want to go above 9% or 10% war tension. So we need to wait for a little bit, because attacking them will generate at least 1%. So we need to be around 8.5 to be safe, 8.4. Okay, 8.4 should be safe Because it says 1%, but it's not exactly 1%. Let's see. Ooh, that was very close. But that is okay. So let's take Santo Domingo and the Dominican Republic. Again, let's see how much of a resistance they put on. They put up. Okay, this time they are protecting the entire coastline, so to speed things up, we are going to use a force attack. Looks like they may not have divisions in here, however. That's very convenient for us. Because this will speed up, again, the naval invasion quite significantly. Perfect. Dominican Republic down. Okay, now we can get ready with this army to invade Haiti. Not like this. It's like this. Because as soon as we complete this focus, we will be above 10% war tension generated, and we need to start all of our other wars at the same time. For the 12 command power to get full planning. These guys are annoying. These guys are very annoying to take down. Anything we can use, let's use it. There we go. Now we got more claims, but again, we're at 9.9, but usually you're slightly above 10%. In any case, from now on, we can no longer expand, avoiding being above 10%. And so the strategy we are going to use is a very simple one. We're going to declare war on everyone at the same time. And by everyone, I mean Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Ecuador, and Haiti. Make sure I didn't forget anyone. That's perfect. Now we can start immediately. We can immediately start the naval invasion of. Well, no, there are no naval invasions. Sorry. We can immediately start our offensive against Haiti and Costa Rica. Costa Rica should be very easy. Haiti can be a little bit more annoying. Now the thing here is we don't want to push up there. What we want to push is definitely down here. Look at this. We are struggling big time here. So, Haiti will be annoying, it seems. All of the resistance that we did not encounter before, looks like we're going to encounter it here now. But not in Costa Rica, apparently. So after Costa Rica, we continue with Panama. Unfortunately, it was Costa Rica and not Haiti. I wonder how many divisions Haiti managed to spawn in there. This is really tough. Wait, I guess we can check maybe. Yeah, they have a lot of divisions. Okay, well, while we wait for Haiti to go down, we can start planning our next naval invasion. We are going for Panama and Colombia. Groups of two, send the cavalry here so we can try to rush Bogota. Usually that's not possible. We can give it a try. And other than that, take the entire coastline. Oh, the amount of divisions in here. Absolutely insane. Everybody's here. Okay, let's trigger this naval invasion. Now, as soon as possible, pick improved worker conditions again. Oh, do need the naval superiority in here too. Okay, finally we broke through in Haiti. This was insane. Okay, but all is good in the end. All is good. So, next time too. Oh, Panama is also defending. That's new. There's always something new in all of these runs. We can start preparing these guys for another naval invasion. We'll go from there. Send that the harbor. Guess we can use a defense order. No, let's use a full back line. Okay. We assign our planes here now. We finally got the harbor. Send the last guy over. It looks like we are not rushing Bogota. That's okay. That's usually the case. Yeah, Colombia is not exactly going well, but that is okay as well, because now we can reorganize a little bit. Panama slowed us down significantly, but now we can use these guys to plan another naval invasion. And this time we are going down to Ecuador. Groups of 2, but 4 of them in here. And another 2 in this part of Colombia. Do pick the doctrines whenever you can. Panama, finally, Panama, you were very annoying. Panama, we can annex, but from now on we are going to puppet everyone. Okay, let's trigger our naval invasion. Again, let's use a force attack to make sure that we can disembark as fast as possible. We can probably start another offensive here. And at 75 political power, we can pick radio propaganda, help a little bit, it helps a little bit with war support, not massively, it's better than nothing. Now, this trait I found to be very, very useful with naval invasions. And it is a bit bugged. This bonus doesn't always apply, I read, but it works very well when you use regular infantry, not marines. We got it a little bit late, to be honest. Now, when you get free military factories, what you want to do is you want to change the production a little bit. So we are going... Well, I'm going to show you the final one. So this will be our new production priority. We added the production of trains. Incredibly important, guys. Don't skip trains. Incredibly important later on especially. And trucks. All of that for supplies, of course. We decrease a bit the production of anti-air. And we proceed to add anti-air to our infantry template. And everything else for now will go to infantry equipment. But as soon as we get the tanks, then we will start investing heavily in tanks. Now, things are looking much better down here. Should be enough. No, it's not enough. Okay, we need to go all the way there. Oh, great, great. No, it should be enough. Perfect. Okay, Ecuador is down. Need to puppet them. And immediately apply some pressure on the very annoying Colombia from this side as well. Colombia is putting up the fight of their lives. Fair enough, fair enough. Okay, now, as soon as we unlock the new tanks, we're going for the design. Well, as soon as you unlock the tanks, we're going for my new design. And this will be for what is usually called Space Marines, though I don't like the concept of the Space Marines. We're going to do something a little bit different instead. So this is the design we're going to use. Since we're going to use it with infantry, we don't care too much about speed, but we still want some speed, because tanks have some maluses in certain terrains compared to infantry, so not to slow down our infantry, we want some speed. And then we want some armor to help boost the armor of our divisions overall. And since we cannot go for more than 4 ticks in armor, we're going to use this sloped armor module. It does increase the production cost a little bit, but it is better than using cast armor, which is very expensive. But cast armor would be too expensive, so I still think it's better to invest in the sloped armor module instead. But again, you have some freedom with the design if you want to do something different. We're going to start producing it immediately. And we're going to assign all future factories to it and decrease the production of infantry equipment to just 5 factories. Now, let's see if we can get rid of Colombia. So that would be very nice. As soon as you have enough political power, when you complete the focus, most likely pick limited conscription. Finally, thank God. Extremely annoying Colombia, but at least they gave us a bit of their navy. Puppet plus, as usual. And now we can get ready for Venezuela. Now, Venezuela usually goes very smoothly. Hopefully this is the case, because we are slightly late on the schedule. Now for Venezuela, the key is a naval invasion. We're going to go for a naval invasion from Salvador. No, sorry. Oh my God. From Santo Domingo to the area of Caracas, but really to the entire northern coast of Venezuela. And here the idea is that they will have most of the divisions at the border with Colombia, so they will not be ready to defend the naval invasion, and this should be very fast, hopefully. Now that we have Colombia, we can also request garrison support, and this will help a bit with the manpower. So, because all of this stuff in Central America is still occupied, we don't own it yet. Now let's assign all of the fleet to the naval invasion. Fast. See. Yeah, but we're fine, we're fine. Slightly late, but we're fine. Okay, the naval invasion is ready, so war on Venezuela. Let's call Colombia into it, and let's start both offensives. The southern offensive will not probably achieve much, but the main goal is to keep them stuck in there, so they cannot defend the naval invasion. We do want to take Maracaibo, however, that's important. Looks like they are defending Caracas. Probably not the rest of the coast, it's usually what they do. And Caracas is not enough. So we can quickly take Caracas, and then we can try to rush the victory points. Now there is one important victory point in here. This one. San Felix. And with Maracaibo, Caracas, and San Felix, if we can take it, we will be fine. Let's see. Everything seems smooth. Usually this is a fairly easy invasion and war. Done. Perfect. Venezuela is taken. Let's puppet them. Now we can get ready for Peru. Now, Peru sometimes is extremely weak and sometimes is kind of strong. And this time it looks like they are going to be strong by the divisions they have on the border. Which is not great, but it's okay. Now, once again, against Peru, we're going to use a naval invasion. Our usual naval invasion army, and we're going to go from Ecuador. Now, what we really want to get is... well, actually, no, not these guys. So, one thing about Peru is we don't have enough naval range to naval invade these last 3 provinces here. So, what we are going to do instead is we are going... Can you do it properly? For fuck's sake. So we're going to send our best divisions down here. This is the last province we can invade. And then with them we are going to try to conquer these victory points. We're going to send a total of 4 divisions to this area. While the other ones will take the area of Lima. This province here. And this province here. Now we're also going to make some changes at this point. We're going to duplicate our infantry. We're going to create a copy of our infantry template. We're going to call it off. Give them a cooler icon and make them elite. And then we're going to add 2 more infantry battalions and 1 tank, medium tank battalion to this template. So for now it will be a combat width of 24. Later we will change it further. Now what we want to do is we want to change these 10 divisions, the naval invasion force, to offensive. Now this is scary, Peru. In most of my test runs, Peru had absolutely no divisions. Like, something went very wrong with Peru. I'm not sure what. Looks like this is not going to be the case, but that's fine. We can take care of them. I'm confident. And when you get additional divisions, just create another army, send them down there. Okay, and as you can see, we can build in some of the more developed regions they have here. Not, to be honest, not many, but better than nothing. Oh, almost forgot. We need to prepare our fleet. And sometimes Peru is actually covering this naval region, so sometimes it's not possible to trigger the naval invasion immediately. Let's see if that's the case now. I usually make a save at this point. Okay, we got our claims. Now, we are not just going to attack Peru. We want to attack Bolivia and Chile as well. Now, we actually got claims on all of South America, Argentina and Uruguay, but we cannot take, and Paraguay, but we cannot take them all down in time. So we're going to focus on Peru, Chile and Bolivia. Once again, we need to declare war on them at the same time. Otherwise, the UK will start guaranteeing. So we go for Peru, we go for Chile, we go for Bolivia. Now, keep an eye on the political power, because at some point you should be able to pick the domestic film industry. Where is it? So at some point you will be... At some point you will start being considered a major, usually after Chile goes down, but it might be after Peru goes down, depending on Peru. And when that happens, you can pick domestic film industry. But in the meantime, let's see what happens. So let's start all offensives and let's call Ecuador and Colombia into this war. Let's see if we can get the naval invasion right away. Yeah, looks like we can. Now, if you cannot get the naval invasion right away, what you want to do is you want to set your fleet on patrol instead. They will engage the Peruvian fleet in here. They will defeat them, and then you will be able to start the naval invasion. Peru actually doesn't have that many divisions. I thought they had a bit more. They're less scary than I was worried about. The key with Peru is taking them early. The longer you wait, Peru can become very strong if you wait. This is a big problem. Okay, we do want to stop these guys or they will make our invasions here a mess. So let's keep them stuck. This is not bad. It's also not great, however. We want to rush Cusco and we want to rush... do micro a bit here, because it's very important to take down Peru fast. So these guys must be stuck, absolutely stuck. And then we need to rush the victory points before they can send divisions. It's going alright. But do be careful, because if you mess this up, you will be in a lot of pain. Come, move. Okay, the good news is they didn't have anyone in here. So it looks like if we take Cusco, we should be fine. Stop these guys. They are being able to reinforce Cusco. That's not very good. Yeah, Peru much stronger than usual. Is not ideal. How did they manage to send them? I wonder. not much we can do about it. Oh, nice, we got it. That should be enough. Perfect. This was close. Peru almost created some big troubles for us, but in the end, everything went well. So let's take their navy. Let's puppet them. Let's take war reparations. Let's take resource rights. And all is good. Now it is time for Chile and Bolivia. Both also a bit annoying. So for now we're going to keep these divisions here just because they are already there. But then we're going to use this army to push into Bolivia. And we're going to use these 10 divisions to naval invade Chile. These guys can also go there. Yeah, it's charismatic. Defense, okay. Now make sure that everybody hurries the fuck up. We really don't have any time to waste in here. And we can start planning our naval invasion soon. Now let's see if we can already take... no, we cannot take war propaganda in the domestic film industry yet. We're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Okay, once all divisions are here, we can stop protecting the border with these guys. And we can start planning a difficult naval invasion of Chile. Now we do need to take this area. Of course, we need to take the area of Santiago. And the last two divisions, we're going to try to take this area south here. And we're going to pray that everything goes as planned. Where do you think you're going? You motherfucking piece of shit. You stay there and give me the naval superiority immediately. No, you don't repair. Okay, our naval invasion is ready. We can start it. We can start the other offensive as well. Keep as many of the Chilean divisions pinned in here. And let's see what happens with the naval invasion. Hopefully it will be a smooth one. Here, it seems to be smooth. Okay, that's great. Looking good. Also use force attack if you need to. Just try to take them down fast. Good. And do micro a little bit. It is necessary at this point. Now, yes, we can finally pick domestic film industry. This is going to help massively with the war support. We are so close to 50%. But now, if you didn't have strikes until now, you should be fine. In any case, we allocated some extra political power. So if you had strikes, you have a way to deal with them. Now we just need to take them down. Well, yeah, I guess we can push down here. No, 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 no. Where are you going? Oh, here. You cannot get distracted for 1 second. And they start immediately doing the wrong thing. Okay, this should be it for Chile. You do need to take them down almost entirely for them to capitulate. Chile is very annoying, but this naval invasion is quite effective at that. And now we can... Oh, I cannot take these resource rights. Okay, time to take down Bolivia. Bolivia can also be annoying when you only have one front against them, but once Chile goes down and you can push from 2 sides, well, of course they are no match for us. Guys, you're the only ones who can push. You're not pushing. Let's also push with these guys. Push with everybody. Let's try to take them down as fast as possible. I think that's it. I think that is it. Right? Not yet. Not yet. But almost. Very much almost. I'm going to wait. I may need the army experience later. We done? Yeah, we're done. Okay, Bolivia is down. Last puppet. And we're now officially done with our expansion in the Americas for now. In South America, we will not expand further because Argentina, Uruguay, and Paraguay would be annoying to get. And also, we were fairly faster, but if you get stuck, you may be later at this point. And if World War II starts, then Argentina, Paraguay, Uruguay will join the Allies, will call the UK into the war, and then you will be fucked. So instead, we're going to prepare for World War II in our own way. The first thing we want to do at this point, though, is we want to check if we can join the faction of the Axis, and that's usually not the case. Now, the other thing you want to check is if you can get docking rights from the Axis and military access from Italy, and that is usually the case. So we're going to do that right away. We're going to get docking rights and military access. And what this allows us to do is we will be able to send our divisions and navy to the Axis before the beginning of World War II, which is great. But now that Bolivia is down, we also want to make some changes to our armies. We're going to merge all of our divisions in one army, and we're going to change them all to the offensive template. And we're also going to recruit enough offensive divisions to make it a full army. It should be 3 if you didn't lose any, but if you lost some, then it will be more than 3. We are going to recruit a total of 24 defensive divisions. And we're also going to gather our fleet, and we're going to repair our fleet. So at this point, if you can, or if you cannot, you can train them a little bit, and then you should be able to pick the... Let's see if we can. Oh, not yet. Okay, try to pick the... Oh, sorry, let me do that again. Try to pick the naval refit yards so that you can repair the fleet faster. We don't actually need to train the fleet, but I do want to repair them. And for that to happen, it's better if we have that spirit. Much better. Then you can send them to Cuba or to Mexico. And you can repair them. Go for a repair now. It should be fine. Come on, develop your land, guys. Says the guy with only 40% provinces. It's still better to build in the puppets because they will eventually probably develop these regions, while I will never develop mine. By the way, with our puppet army, what we're going to do is we're going to set them on area defense, coastline defense on the entire Mexican east coast. To protect from naval invasions from the UK, and we also want to train them all. Okay, actually this should... And when you get this focus completed, you can integrate immediately Cuba, Haiti, and the Dominican Republic. Also, I usually make a save after I'm done in America, so I should make it. We're going to start a justification on the UK claimed status. We're going to take British Honduras. This will also massively increase the war tension. This is maybe not needed, actually. Let me think about this. I'm not so sure that this is needed. Yeah, because otherwise we cannot join the UK, right? So probably it is needed. This way we can definitely join the Axis much faster. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start this justification on British Honduras. We are going to create an agency and we're going for 5 upgrades and then I will give both spies to the UK. I mean, I will use both spies to spy the southern coast of the UK and to make our naval invasion a bit easier later on. Now, we are going to force deploy everyone. And make sure that everyone is training. For this defensive army, our setup is the following. We are going to send them at the border with the United Kingdom in here, prepare an offensive line. And train them for now, that's it. Now, gradually, as you get more army experience, we're going to adjust the offensive template to have a total of 3 medium tanks for a combat width of 28. I mean, you can do it gradually or you can do it right away. In any case, you don't have enough tanks for now, but they will come. Now that we force deployed our offensive divisions, we can send them to Italy. Can send them here at the border with Germany. You can use an area defense, and then our fleet, which should now be trained, which should now be repaired, can go to this harbor in northern Germany. I hope it is going to that harbor. It is. Italy is also in the Axis. As we're getting closer to World War II. It's important to increase the war tension because that's needed to join the Axis. They still refuse, but they will accept soon. And if they don't accept as soon as we declare war on the United Kingdom with our claim, then we will be able to join. Now, the only advantage of joining early is we can maybe farm some war score fighting Poland, the Netherlands, and Belgium. We're going to try to do that. No seducers. That's alright. Now, as you complete this focus, you can start integrating everything else in Central America. So we gradually do that. Ooh, I was worried that my operative was already captured after like 2 seconds. Okay, we got our claim on the UK. Let's see if we can join the Axis. Not yet, but definitely very soon. Maybe we can even go for an improved relations. See if we can. There we go. Okay, let's join the Axis. And that's important because in this way we can prepare our divisions at the border with Poland. Now, actually, we do want to push as much as possible along the entire border. So let's do something like this. I'm gonna have to stop training them though. Oh, Def is already ready. Okay, there we go, Poland. And it is World War II time, boys. As soon as the Axis attacks, we are going to ask to join their war. And we're going to start immediately pushing into Poland. They accepted, and we are also going to immediately start pushing into the UK here. Well, I actually have quite a lot of divisions. Interesting. And then we're also going to start immediately fabricating a claim on the Netherlands. Here we are farming a lot of very, very nice war score. That's perfect. Things are looking very good here too. Ooh, 27%. We will not keep it, of course, but it's a very good start. Fight, fight, fight here, guys. The only goal is to fight. Conquering land doesn't help us massively, but fighting does. So micro a little bit if you feel like it. Important thing is to see as many green or red numbers as possible. Red numbers are good too. Casualties are good. No, we are still not winning here. Amazing. Oh, that's great for the war score. Germany taking their time to capitulate Poland. Interesting. Our help is actually damaging them, it seems. Can we take this place? Oh, definitely good for our war score. Not so good for our divisions. We already have the claim on the Netherlands. Poland is taking forever to go down. Maybe now? Not yet, I think. Huh? Yeah, not yet. Good, good, good. Let's farm, let's farm. Okay, once you take down Belize, you can first of all integrate it, and then you can assign these defensive divisions also to our coastal defense area or army. And now we can focus entirely on Europe. Okay, Poland is down. We can get ready for the Netherlands. We already fabricated a claim, but what I did forget to fabricate is a claim on Belgium. Well, we don't have political power anyway. It's fine. Germany should attack Belgium anyway, but just in case, if they do something weird, we'll be ready. Okay, let's get a claim on Belgium, just in case. And let's go for the Netherlands. We don't need Germany to join. Okay, perfect. Okay, Netherlands down. Let's get ready for Belgium and then France. The usual stuff. You know the drill. See, the good thing we got our claim on Belgium because Germany was taking their time. Now we will trigger the war. Come on, give me a seducer. Well, it's fine. Keep spying on the UK. Spies help a lot with the naval invasion, so very important actually. And let's go for Belgium. Wow. Okay, I was fast. I mean, I know that Belgium is supposed to be fast, but even faster than usual, I would say. And we do want to push into France. The usual motorized priority. Forget something here. Ah, no, okay, yes, that's right, never mind. Actually, against France, we would be happier to fight a little bit longer, but they don't have divisions, so probably we cannot do that. The longer we fight, the better it is in terms of war score. If France can defend a little bit, that's great. Oh, no, they are defending. Okay, that's good, that's good. This will be a lot of war score for us. 18% is great at this point of the run. If you cannot join the Axis early like we did, it's a little tougher. At least it's a little bit tougher to get war score. Okay, now France will go down. And France is down. Look at Luxembourg left there. We are not going to fabricate a claim on Luxembourg, but our next goal is a tough one, as we need to invade the United Kingdom to end this war. Now, invading the United Kingdom became a lot harder, but it is still possible, and I will show you the perfect strategy to do it. It does take some preparation, and it takes some very, very good divisions. There is no point in invading if you don't have the divisions to get the job done. And to get the job done, we do want this division to be fully to be at full strength. So we want all of our tanks to be ready. Now we're going to pick the 10 best divisions from here. And I didn't count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we're going to use we're going to use Helidoro for these divisions. This guy doesn't matter much, but let's keep it there. Okay, so we're going to plan the naval invasion with these 10 divisions, and we're going to do it in this way. Groups of 2 from Dunkirk to Dover, and another 2 still from Dunkirk to this province here. Then another 2 from here to here. Another 2 from here to here. and another 2 from here to here. It's very, very important that you follow this planning carefully. So you want them to be positioned exactly like this. Now, the offensive divisions that we split off, that we removed from there, we do want them to be ready to help. So we're going to send 5 of them to Calais, 5 of them to Le Havre, and 5 of them next to this province here, ready to help the naval invasion as soon as it is done. Now, it will take some time before we're ready, so we can keep training these divisions for the time being. We also want to move our fleet to Dunkirk. We don't want them to be engaged though, so let's make it safe, because if we lose the fleet, then we are lost. But ideally, you want to move the fleet to Dunkirk and also assign all of the new fleets and boats that we have been producing. Let's see if this goes smoothly, as I hope. Usually does, but you never know. Perfect, okay, they're in there. They're going to chill in there for a while. Now, our naval invasion is ready, and if you wanted, you could go and attempt this naval invasion. You could even try to go for an offensive without one medium tank, and you probably would have enough to be at full strength. And it is possible to pull it off, but it's tricky. The naval invasion is very difficult, so my suggestion is to just take your time. We're not in a hurry. Wait until we produce all of the required tanks, and then go for the naval invasion. And also, we forgot to integrate stuff, which is not good. We will gradually lose part of our war score, but it doesn't matter because most of it comes from the invasion of the UK in any case. We can afford to lose some now. Is this a real invasion or a fake one? Looks like it's a fake one. Bit sad. While we are getting ready, as soon as you complete this research, you can upgrade our tank design. This is quite important, because the Howitzer 2 is much better than the Howitzer 1. And we can start producing the upgraded design. A bit more expensive, but it's okay. Now, as soon as you complete this focus, you can also add an MIO to the design and to the production line. Okay, let's send our new fleet, and with that we should be ready. Our divisions are fully trained, our tanks are almost entirely produced, so it is basically time to go. Oh, enable invasion. Fine. Now for this tank MIO, this would be my suggestion. Let me do that again. This is the MIO priority for our tank designer. Okay, boys, the fleet is here. We are ready. I would strongly suggest making a save at this point, and as you can see, we can immediately get the naval superiority in the English channel. Now, we don't have a great navy, but you don't really need a great navy to get the naval superiority in the channel. What we stole from South America and what we built is enough together with the German fleet. Sometimes you cannot get Green Sea right away, because as you can see right now, the British fleet doesn't seem to be here. They're probably engaged somewhere else. Now, if you don't get Green Sea, just assign your fleet on naval invasion superiority and wait, and eventually it will become green. You may have to wait for 1 month or just a couple of days, but eventually this will become green and your naval invasion will trigger. Now, what you do want to do at this point is you want to slow down the speed because this naval invasion is the key to the run and to almost every run, so it's very important to micro it carefully. Now, the UK will be defending the entire coastline, and that's why we created an army of 10, so we can more cheaply use a force attack, which we are going to do right away, because it's very important that we disembark at least somewhere. And we are also immediately going to move these other divisions to the harbors. These ones are already in one, but so that they can immediately reinforce as soon as we disembark and take one harbor. Okay, we disembarked here. Not the best place, but anywhere is fine. We do need to push for Portsmouth. Okay, this one is the one that you usually get, so let's go immediately for Dover. Okay, we got this one too. Perfect. Of course, push for the harbors as fast as possible. Okay, great. Send over the divisions immediately. We got the entire coastline, but now the key against the new UK is you never want to stop pushing. They will get an insane amount of divisions in here if you stop pushing. Now you can see that they have a few divisions, that's nothing crazy. Now as soon as we disembark, they get some special decisions and they will be able to spawn a lot of defensive divisions. They will spawn them in London and around this area. But especially if you wait too long, they will send over all of the divisions they have fighting in Africa, all of the divisions from their colonies. You will literally have 20 divisions in each tile if you don't do this fast. So cancel the front, assign a new front with all of your army and start pushing immediately and never stop until they go down. So push immediately, that's the key. Look at the amount of divisions they already have around London. It doesn't matter, we want to expand. Okay, when you get this message, it's up to you, but I don't want to lose the stability, so I will keep it at a semi-democracy. The fascist party will win anyway, so no big deal. You know, the elections that we like, the ones that you always control and win. There we go. Now keep using the spy to spy in the areas around the UK where you're pushing. The spies can help massively. Of course, you can macro... oh, no. Of course... Of course, you can micromanage your units a little bit in here. It's helpful. But I'm mostly using just a regular offensive line. And it is still working. Of course, this is because we have very good divisions. Otherwise, it wouldn't be working. Okay, we got London and the southern coast is secured. We are doing great, but we are far from done. This is always good. Remember to keep the pressure up at all times. Never stop this offensive. Of course, this offensive in our case is also very useful to farm some war score. We are already at 22%. Our goal for this run is to be at 20%. But I feel like we may have more because we were doing great with Poland. So this will be a good run, I think, in terms of war score. Let's see. No. Those. And by the way, once you get the naval invasion done, I would recommend stopping the naval invasion support so you can preserve your fleet. That won't be a problem anymore soon. Just in case. Okay, we are almost done, but look at the amount of divisions they still have in here. It's crazy. Okay, when the UK is almost down, we should be there. I think probably Newcastle should do the trick. Now, what you want to do at this point is you want to start using your spies, ideally, but one is not doing great. I wonder what happens after we defeat the UK. I hope I get that spy back. Well, in any case, you want to start spying the United States to get a collaboration government in there. That is quite important. And the other thing you want to do is you want to start justifying a claim on Spain and on Vichy France at the same time. But do it before ending the war. Let's check the war score for one last time. 27% is absolutely great. Let's make a save. We don't want to mess up the peace conference, of course. And there we go. UK is down. Mexico takes down the UK. How cool is that? And with 28% of the war score, we can afford some juicy stuff in here. The first thing we want to take is Gibraltar, and we want to annex Gibraltar. Then we want to puppet Suez, always very valuable, and Singapore, and Hong Kong. These are important strategic things and resource-rich areas to invade possibly Japan, to block the Mediterranean Sea, whatever. The next thing you want to do is you want to start puppeting the United Kingdom. Actually, I forgot one more thing. We also want to annex Belize in here. Then you can start puppeting the United Kingdom. Let's pass. We want to fight for this stuff. We want to take all of the United Kingdom. However, if you are low on war score, say around 20%, then you would stop with England. So something like this. And you would leave Germany the rest. If you are doing great with war score, like in our case, we can afford to take everything. So we are also going to take Scotland. We're also going to take Ireland and this province here. And I think we can probably afford something else as well, but probably we are just going to focus on the Navy. So still going to stay with this stuff, stick with this stuff, even though we have a bit higher war score. Perfect, we are happy with the UK. We can take the resource rights, war reparations from UK, from Malaya. Oh my god, where is it? And then we're going to take the United Kingdom Navy, as much as possible of it. In this case, we can take all of it. That's pretty cool. And we can even take something else, maybe. Yeah, amazing Australian Navy we can take. And the New Zealand Navy. Perfect. So, taking the navies, taking resource rights, war reparations, we're happy. We can end the war. This is the end of World War II. And, well, we did great, I would say. So this was absolutely fantastic. We can just trade a little bit. We do still need a lot of steel. But the United States love us for some reason. They keep giving us the stuff that we will use to destroy them later on. Now that the war is done, what are we going to do? We're going to prepare our offensive divisions in Spain. And we're going to push Spain from Gibraltar. This is not an easy push. What happened to my spy? Do I get it back? Oh, I get it back. Fantastic. So we can spy the United States now. It's great. Absolutely great. We're also going to change offensive and bring it to a total of 30 in terms of combat width and also 5 medium tanks. We're going to send our insanely big fleet entirely to Sardinia. We're going to use them later to invade North Africa from Vichy France. And since we have that, we don't need to make any more destroyers. So from now on, we can make just convoys. We'll also make some changes to our defensive divisions. We're going to bring them to... No, this is not the right one. Yeah, it is. We're going to bring them to a total of 10 combat width, and we're going to add support artillery and support anti-air. We're going to check the tank for MIO upgrades. There is one. And we're going to train everyone, but everyone is already training, so that's perfect. Okay, we got our claim on Spain and we're going to attack them right away, although this is a bit of a tricky push because Spain is not strong, but we lack supplies entirely in here. We suffer from a lot of attrition, so this first push may be tricky. So to make it a little bit easier, we are going to use a force attack in here, and we also want to make sure that we push all of these tiles at the same time. Oh. And once you start moving away from Gibraltar and you get supplies, then, well, of course, it will be the end for Spain. At 150 political power, we are going to pick extensive conscription, which we really need. Check for MIO upgrades. By the way, at this point we may even have some planes that we took from the UK, so we can assign all planes to help a bit push with our offensive divisions in Spain and Vichy France. I really hope they will fix spearheads at some point. Makes everything so much more difficult. Okay, we got the claim on France. We are not quite ready yet. So we need to take care of Spain as fast as possible. At this point of the war, you can usually rush the victory points. Oh my god, how unlucky am I with these spies today? Ooh, this is not very good. I need my collaboration government in the States, and I could have gotten it. And we are going to cheat, because I don't want to, but I don't want to reload the game as well. This is a big problem. I guess we have no other choice. Extremely annoying though. Should be fine in the end. Now, 3rd of January, that's our timeline. We need to take down Spain before that. It would be easier if they didn't have unlimited divisions. Should be almost done with Spain. Okay, nice. Spain is down. Puppet plus them. And we're quickly going to get ready for Vichy France. What we need here is we need to split off 10 divisions. As we need to plan a naval invasion of North Africa to take down Vichy France, unfortunately. Now, since the French Navy will be in here and will try to fend off our naval invasion, I'm going to split our units in here a lot, and I'm going to assign them on naval invasion support so that hopefully we can protect our troops. The rest of our army will go at the border with Vichy France and of course push into them. When was the claim expiring? 3rd of January. January. There is December. I forgot about December. And it is December. How fun is that? Okay, we can start our war on Vichy France. It's not a big deal. By the way, Vichy France is guaranteed by Germany, but if you're in the Axis, of course, Germany cannot help them. So we need to go Spain. So you can freely do this without having to worry about anything. Now, I would suggest starting the land invasion first and the naval invasion only later, because the naval invasion will not be enough until you take the main victory points on the mainland in any case. Now we can probably start naval invasion as well. Okay, at 75 political power, we are going to pick the financial expert. We're not going to forget about our collaboration governments in the United States, but sadly our collaboration government was screwed by the fact that they captured my spy, which is incredibly sad. We're going to recruit another 24 defensive divisions. And we're going to be adding some logistics, and we're going to add some support companies. The engineer support company to DEF and to OFF. And to OFF we're also going to add motorized recon and logistics. Should be the end for Vichy France. Do we need Nice as well? We do. Okay, Vichy France is down. Now with Vichy France we're going to annex Savoy for ourselves, or Var if Savoy is part of Italy. So if later on we decide to go after the Axis, we have easy access to them without having to call Vichy France. Then we are going to take... Then we're going to puppet the rest. You could balkanize them if you wanted to, but I usually cannot be bothered, so I just take resource rights, war reparations, and then as much of their navy as we can. That's it. Perfect. Now it's time to get ready for our last big challenge. The United States must go down. Now, first of all, as soon as possible, we will force deploy these defensive divisions. We're also going to remove the defensive divisions we have in here. And we're going to request all of the UK army. 53 divisions, it could be slightly more, slightly less. It doesn't matter that much. These guys can be merged back into one army. No, they cannot. I made a mistake. Never mind. They cannot be merged back into one army. Now, our main offensive army will go at the border with the United States and will start pushing them from these two provinces, or better, from these three provinces down here along the coastline. Something like this. The other army of 10 will go to the area of Panama and will initially push into the Panama Canal. The army that we had on coastal defense on area defense can remain on area defense, but we're now going to add to the area defense everything else in Mexico. So the entire coastline of Mexico on both sides. Now, our defensive armies, two of them, once we force deploy the second one, will protect this area of the United States. Both of them of the front with the United States. Okay, let me do that again. The two defensive armies, this one and the other one, once we force deploy it, will protect this area against the US. While the divisions we took from the United Kingdom will protect the area in here where we are going to push. So they will follow our offensive divisions as we keep expanding into the United States. As for the Marshal, we will need a new one. You can promote the best defensive one. Let's do something like this. Then we're going to pick our massive fleet, we're going to send it back to Mexico. Once here, we are going to repair them. Now we're going to make some changes to our production. This is the new production priority. I also upgraded the tank MIO, and you should select this option here to upgrade them faster. Now, as soon as possible, force deploy the defensive army so we can finish our setup in here. Now, a couple of armies will be without generals. I would suggest the cost defense one and the small one. The other ones are more important. So the second defensive army will also be here. We want them to train. Okay, Germany attacks the United States. They don't always do this, but sometimes they do this, and that's a bit annoying. But, well, I guess we cannot do much about that. So we will need to join them faster to take the war score. But, well, on the other hand, it will make the invasion of the US a bit easier for us. Okay, now let's try again to get our collaboration government. We start from 0. It's gonna be tough. I wonder what claim the Nazi have on the United States. Oh, never had this event. Interesting. Okay. Italy is also triggering wars. At this point, we're going to pick army regrouping. And now we're going to wait for this focus to declare war on the United States, because we actually don't want to do it together with Germany. As Germany will then start a Barbarossa. We don't want to be involved in Barbarossa. Now, usually if Germany doesn't attack the United States, what you can do at this point is you can simply pick Operation Just Cause. As soon as you have the... Okay. As soon as you have the political power. Oh my god. Oh, okay, let's prepare actually our fleet for the US as well. So what we're going to do for our fleet is something very, very basic. We're going to pick all destroyers, we're going to split them around, and we're going to set them on convoy escort in here. And then we're going to pick our main navy, split them around a bit, and put them on strike force in here. And that should be enough to protect against the United States, because we have an amazing fleet. Because we stole an amazing fleet, I should say. Germany is unstoppable. Now they think they can do anything. Okay, as soon as you complete this focus, what you can do is you can attack the United States, stop training, and declare war on the United States. So right away we are going to start this invasion and take Panama, and then we're going to start this offensive as well. Okay, once Panama is taken, you can integrate it, and then you can prepare these 10 divisions which were in Panama to push this area here. And the idea is to go for San Francisco and Los Angeles. Important and juicy victory points for us. Especially now that we don't have the collaboration government, because I was a bit unlucky. Going to pick logistics. Now, usually I fight this war without the help of Germany. Since Germany is helping, the United States are actually pushing them. Great job, Germany. You're actually losing badly. Well, but at least many of their divisions are up there, so they cannot be, of course, down here. Which means maybe we can push a little bit more down here. We can sacrifice some of our units if needed for additional war score. I don't think that will be needed, so just in case. I'm actually going to fight this war exactly as I would normally if Germany doesn't join. Of course, you can always call Germany if you want their help, so this scenario is easy to recreate. Yeah, the Americans don't have any divisions in here, but trust me, it wouldn't be that much different. They don't usually have divisions here, they have some more in here, and they try to push here. That's the only difference compared to having the help of the Axis or not. And they would still need to keep a lot of divisions up there to protect against the Axis. So, is that my agent? Oh my god, what's happening with my spies? Why am I so unlucky with the spies in this run? Guess we are not going to get a collaboration government. And that's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's alright. I think we probably have enough trucks for motorizing everyone. I mean, if Germany keeps losing up there, they will probably send divisions down here instead. Pushing without spearheads down here is incredibly annoying, so I'm going to try to use a spearhead and see if it works a bit better. Not gonna be great, but... Okay, and then we can push for Los Angeles. Where is that place? Let's invade here. Yeah, I don't know what is more broken between the regular offensive lines and the spearheads. Both, I would say. But at least with the regular offensive line they push. Because the issue with the spearhead is that they stop pushing suddenly. Incredibly annoying in either way, yeah. Yeah, this is not cool. Okay. Do it like this. Okay, we got it. Oh, yeah, now we lost the place to Spider. Okay, you know what? We're not going to get a collaboration government in the States, so we can just accept it and use the spies to help us push instead. And it's probably better that we don't get one, because we need to farm for participation now. I love how the Axis is getting completely destroyed. That's what you get. Starting too many wars at the same time. But let's get this stuff, guys. Okay, once you're down pushing Los Angeles and once you're done pushing Los Angeles and San Francisco, you can use these 10 divisions to rush the central part of the United States and eventually get to Kansas City and San Luis. Is there any fucking reason you're not pushing, you stupid piece of shit? And trust me, I wish I could showcase these without the help of the Axis, but they just went berserk and started declaring war on everyone. So I couldn't do anything to stop that. The Axis is being annoying because they are losing so much. They are losing so many men that actually their war score is increased a lot by that. It's not great for us. We need to lose more men. Our divisions are too good. We don't get enough points. That's an issue with very good divisions. Like, by the way, let me show you very quickly what we got to. So this is our final template for offensive. Though the armor is a bit lower than it should be, it will be slightly higher in the end. But yeah, basically this is the template we are using. And we're pushing with 24 of them along the entire coast. The casualties are not zero like they are when I use tanks, but still pretty low. But look at Germany. And the fact that they have so many casualties actually increases their war score. Yeah, 290 from casualties. Well, most of it is still from land combat damage, but... Okay, where is the facility? Because I usually want to annex the areas with facilities, but they don't always build them in the same place. Huh? Can I see where it is? Cannot. Where is it? Here. Tennessee, okay. We need to annex Tennessee. Let's remember that. Well, it won't make much of a difference in the end, to be honest. Yeah, sure, let's get a scientist. This badass woman. She's gonna research our tanks. Florida is going down. Now, sometimes sometimes I suddenly find myself at war with Brazil when I fight this war with the United States. I still cannot understand why. For now, we're not at war with Brazil. Let's see what happens later. Look at fucking Germany, destroyed completely. This is stolen war score. You're stealing it more than I stole it in World War II. Look at them. I guess, I mean, they're useful as a distraction, I guess. Oh, they have some divisions. There we go. Brazil is suddenly in this war. Why? When? How? Just like that. Okay. That's crazy. I didn't get any message, any notification, and just suddenly Brazil is in the war. I'm sure it's some kind of event, because there is no faction in here. So how did they join? Some of you will know and will let me know in the comments. With a collaboration government, this would be a lot faster. Sadly, we don't have one. Yeah, Germany, you're getting destroyed, and the best thing you do is declare war on another country. That's why we don't join them, by the way, because they declare war on Ireland, but they don't invade Ireland. Then they declare war on the Soviet Union, and we find ourselves at war with the Soviet Union, which is not exactly what I would like to do now. I mean, we can, sure we can. That's not exactly the plan. No, the plan is very fun. It is constantly readjusting these divisions, which push everywhere except where I tell them to. Look at these guys. Look at the arrow. Look at the arrow for the offensive, and look at where they are going. The opposite direction. How cool is that? This better be like 60%, only 60%. Come on. Germany's not doing anything. They're only losing. They're losing so much. Yeah, just leave Washington and go down there. That sounds like a great idea. Time to rush victory points a little bit, I think. What happened to my steel? I guess... we got some industries. Okay, we got New York. Not bad. Let's go for Boston. How close are we? Let's be honest, it could be closer. Maybe it is time to full push. We can also get some more war score, ideally. Can we get to Detroit? What do you guys think? Oh, they're leaving. Oh my god. Well, this is definitely not a very well micromanaged war, but we're very close. We're very, very close. Yeah, it's a bit late for you boys. It's a bit too late. If we rush Detroit, the war will be over for sure. Let me save in any case. The war is almost over. We're a bit late. Definitely late. In my test run, it was August. Yeah, but that's all collaboration government. It's fine. It's alright. It's alright, but I don't think this is enough actually, because we still need something else. So I'm waiting for the focus because I think we will take them down, and after we take them down... There we go. Okay, perfect. United States down. A good thing is we got most of the war score. Now, the priority in this peace conference is to annex everything we claimed. So this stuff here. Look at the description down there. You can see the claims. So you can make sure to annex everything you need. Now, this stuff we can core, so we want to take it. And the stuff that we don't have claims on, we can pop it. But we said we wanted to annex Tennessee because they had a facility in there. So let's also annex Tennessee. Now let's puppet everything else starting from here. And Germany will fight us a little bit here for sure. We can leave the navy in this case because we already have a huge navy. But I don't think Germany deserves anything in here. We did the job. They didn't do anything. I guess they can take Alaska. I'm fine with that. You can have it. There's also a lot of small islands that we can take. Okay, looks like everything is... Well, okay, yeah, you can... Where is this place? You know what, Germany? You know what? You can have it. You can have this one. This one is yours. Happy? Look at that. So how cool is that? What did you do? Did you puppet them? You liberated? Wait, this is Hawaii? This is not Hawaii. What are you doing? I don't know. It's your problem. It's not my problem. Because my problem is taking more operations and resource rights. And then let's take some of their navy as well. Perfect. Look at this. Confirm. And there we go. The Mexican junta is now controlling most of the United States. Actually, all of the United States. Part of it is entirely under our control. The rest is our puppet and buffer state between us and the Reich. And we are next to this place here, so we have our land facility, which is absolutely great. The only thing that is not great is that we are, for some reason, at war with Brazil. That's not very cool, but we still have some time, because at this point, the absolute priority in terms of focuses would be this one, but this one takes 210 days. I think it's quite unique. I've never seen a focus that takes that long to complete. So this focus will be our next priority. And which means we have plenty of time to take down Brazil. We have absolutely nothing to do in the meantime, so let's go on and do that. And we're going to do that with naval invasions from somewhere in here. I'm going for groups of 1 along the entire coast. Of course, we particularly want the victory points. Something like this, and we can simply set our fleet on naval invasion support down here. Yeah, and who told you to repair? No, don't repair. Go give me the naval invasion support. Anyway, not going to cover production anymore, boys, because well, obviously it's insane now. We can afford another 24 offensive divisions at this point for sure, so we're going to start making them just in case at some point we decide to continue this run. Now the run is basically over, but before we end it officially, I wanted to take down Brazil, because I don't want to end the run at war. Unless Brazil joins the Soviet Union. In that case, we will end the run at war. That would be annoying. Yeah, it will take a while to go down there. Okay, this naval invasion is ready. I will trigger it. These guys are also ready. So, let's go. Be surprised how tough it is to take down Brazil. Okay, now it's time to know if this war will end and this run will end with a peace or not. find out very soon. Portugal. What will Brazil do? Yeah, okay. This will end indeed at war. I honestly have no idea why Brazil joined the United States. That's OP because they joined them without joining a faction, so they can now also join the Comintern. Unless they go down very, very fast. I don't think we can do that. But they already called, I guess they already called the Soviet Union. No, not yet. Not yet against me. Is there hope? Is there any hope? No, there's no hope. It's absolutely no hope. Motherfucker. I think it was close. Oh. I don't know, I blame Germany for this. I don't know if it's their fault, but I blame them. Well, either way, Brazil is down. We are not going to fight the Soviet Union, but at this point, I guess we don't have a choice in the sense that if you can avoid being at war with the Soviet Union, what you can do is you can betray the Axis and attack them at some point. But if things go this way instead, I guess the only option is to fight the Soviet Union together with the Axis. We're okay with that, that's fine. This is the naval one, isn't it? No, it wasn't the naval one. Oh, whatever. Okay, so we are going to wait until this focus completes, just to see what happens. But then we can consider this run over. At least for now. Oh, that's very bad. Okay. I don't want to be at war with the Soviet Union. Germany is just crazy and just declares war on anyone, everyone in the world. Now we're at war with the Chinese front too. Fucking Germany. Why did they go crazy in this run? I don't know. They usually don't go crazy, trust me. That's quite weird. It's okay though. We got what we wanted in the end. I don't actually care much about what happens with the Soviet Union. Yeah, our manpower is low, but it will not be low forever. That will help later. Only 1 day left, and here we go. Mexico annexes the United States, which is not particularly important because they were already our puppets, but more importantly, we got cores on all of this stuff here, including California and Texas, which is quite a bit. Okay, that is perfect, and I think this is the end of this guide. This video was already quite long. The German Reich, while it failed badly against the United States, it's actually doing pretty good against the Soviet Union, so I guess we could simply help them to finish the war, but it's not particularly interesting, and also it's not entirely consistent, because usually at this point of the run we're not at war with the Soviet Union, so we can instead betray the Axis and attack them from behind, which would be more fun, in my opinion. This is not really challenging. In any case, guys, this is all for this guide and for this video. I really enjoyed playing as Mexico. I mean, this is quite impressive. It's only 1942 and we are huge and incredibly powerful. So who knows, maybe one day we will continue the run and maybe have a final showdown between us and the Axis to determine who dominates the world the most. Until then, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this run and this guide. Let me know in the comments how it goes for you. Of course, a lot of work went into this, optimizing every single detail of this strategy. It's little things, but you will notice, like you pick the technology when you have a discount, the focus ends at the perfect time, the war tension strategy. Everything is optimized to a certain degree, which of course is impossible when you start the run for the first time. Many of you asked me, how can you create a run like that? How do you optimize your strategy? But there is really no secret. You need to run over it many times. You need to test it and test it again until you find the perfect setup and the optimized setup. And there is also always room for improvement. So if you guys find something that you think could be further improved, let me know in the comments. I will add it to the spreadsheet, and the next time I work on Mexico, I will keep it in mind. Naturally, if you enjoyed this guide, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave me a comment. And I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.